Do you know in United States, 9 million people are estimated to be suffering from obstructive sleep apnea? And shocking part is 80% of them are undiagnosed. Sleep apnea not only robs you of your rest, it puts you at high risk for heart attack, stroke, and death. Ladies and gentlemen, in December 2024, FDA approved first time a medical treatment for obstructive sleep apnea, which is effective and very helpful not only treating but also in curing the disease. Imagine you are losing weight, you could rest better, you could sleep better, and above all, you are a productive citizen. I am talking about Tirzepatide, which is sold under trade name Zep Bound. Obstructive sleep apnea has been a problem for quite some time. We know the reasons, the pathophysiology, and what to do, but there has never been any effective medication which could cure sleep apnea. So far, traditionally, only approved and effective treatment of sleep apnea was CPAP machine. If you ever try to use big mask on your mouth and nose and how uncomfortable it is, and many patients do not use it in spite of having a positive sleep study because of discomfort and claustrophobic feelings. Now they have a relief. Obstructive sleep apnea affects you significantly. On day-to-day basis, you feel tired, sleepy, you could lead to more accidents, and above all, you're not productive. You cannot take care of yourself, you cannot take care of your job, and you become a source of constant difficulty to your coworkers. There is a fear of you being discriminated based on sleep apnea. Emotionally, you become depressed, short-tempered. Cognitively, you have a mental fog. And socially, it will be difficult to put up with you, and also you have very difficult time putting up with your needs and necessities. If you ever do internet research and look for obstructive sleep apnea, you will be amazed how many people are looking for solutions. I present you evidence-based solution so that you do not look at sources which are not evidence-based. What are the risk factors for sleep apnea? Obesity is the number one reason. There are some anatomical reasons. If God forbid you have a short neck, you have a jaw which is receding back, a thick tongue, or you have tonsils which are enlarged. All these things are valid reasons to develop obstructive sleep apnea, but they contribute very less. There are a couple of endocrine disorders like hypothyroidism, and if you have gigantism or acromegaly, you could develop obstructive sleep apnea. But number one reason is obesity. When you're obese, the neck becomes thick and our airways become narrowed. If you have allergies or you have deflected nasal septum, you could develop obstructive sleep apnea. How do we diagnose it? The gold standard test is sleep study. As your experience dictate, and if you ever seen they go to sleep anywhere in social places, they are very sleepy and tired. There is a scientific evidence-based criteria which check you out whether you inappropriately sleep or get tired in 8 different situations, which we call ESS score. Further, in sleep apnea, when you go to sleep, you become hypoxic. Your airway shrink, oxygen cannot get in, and you become hypoxic, and carbon dioxide start accumulating in your system. Then you suddenly wake up gasping for air, and then the circle keeps on going over and over. The process where you totally quit breathing and wake up and start gasping, this is called apnea. But in between, where partially airways are blocked and you're snoring, that is called hypopnea. Not everybody who snores has obstructive sleep apnea, but if you snore, you have a higher risk of developing sleep apnea. This apnea, hypopnea, how many times you partially stop breathing and completely stop breathing, we calculate it, and it is called apnea hypopnea index. If that episode is happening 15 or more per hour, you have obstructive sleep apnea. And whenever you get sleep study, this gets measured. Obesity, if you gain 10% more weight, say for example, you're 200 pounds and you become 220, you increase your risk of developing obstructive sleep apnea 6 times. If your body mass index is more than 30, which is the definition of obesity, you have a 40% chances of developing obstructive sleep apnea. If you have body mass index more than 40, you have a 90% chances of having obstructive sleep apnea. Before we got Zep Bound or Tirzepatide approved, very rarely people got any significant relief. Now there are a lot of new devices which are getting better and better. Zepbound. What was the need for FDA to approve this medication? Till today, CPAP machine. Acceptability by the patients of this treatment is almost 60%. Not everybody we prescribe CPAP, they use it for different reasons. Some are claustrophobic, some have difficulty having mask on their mouth, some don't like it, and sometimes it's the cost. But Zep Bound not only help you to lose weight and cure your sleep apnea, it is more effective than CPAP, and also it cures the underlying metabolic pathology. When you lose weight, your blood pressure comes down. If you're diabetic, your sugar gets better. If you have high cholesterol, it comes down. When you lose weight, your back pain, ankle pain, knee pain, hip pain, that all decreases. You become happy. You're not depressed and you feel better self-esteem. Cognitively, you could think clearly. The parent molecule in Zepbound is Tirzepatide. It has been approved initially for diabetes, then approved for weight loss. Now it's approved for sleep apnea. And as we get more experience, I believe other medication in this class will also be approved, but Zepbound is the only one which has been approved. Tirzepatide molecule is unique. It is agonist to two kind of receptors, GIP and GLP-1. GIP is a hormone produced in your gut every time you eat. And this hormone improves secretion of insulin so that you could control your sugar better. And also it affects your fat metabolism and you lose weight. GLP-1 agonist, which we all know these days because everybody is on some kind of GLP-1 inhibitor, GLP-1 agonist, and Tirzepatide, because it also stimulates GIP, the combination of effect is significantly better than GLP alone. Tirzepatide leads to on an average 20 to 25% of your weight in 52 weeks. Whereas with other GLPs, the weight is from 10 to 15%. This is significant. Remember, in the beginning I said, if you gain 10% weight, you increase risk of sleep apnea by 6-fold. Here, by having 10% more weight loss, you decrease all the risk factors and complications to the same proportion. Tirzepatide is given once a week dose. We start with 2.5 milligram dose once a week, and we could titrate up every 4 weeks based on the need and your weight goals. And the maximum dose is 15 milligram once a week. There are certain patients or certain people who should not take Zepbound or Tirzepatide. Those are the ones which have a history of pancreatitis and thyroid cancer. Those are the cases absolutely contraindicated, and we should avoid and screen people for that. When we get this Zepbound in our body, it's cleaved by a proteolytic enzyme and is excreted in the kidneys. There is no renal adjustment needed so far to my knowledge. It is very, very safe. How GIP and GLP-1 work together? GIP improves the insulin secretion and also it inhibits the fat metabolism. GLP-1 agonist does 3 things for you. It goes to your brain and decrease your appetites and craving. Stomach size decreases and it is equivalent to having a chemical gastric bypass. And in the gut, it slows down the passage of food. They are generally very safe. Cost is definitely the issue. Other medications like semaglutide or liraglutide sold under the name of Wegovy or Saxenda, they are also effective, but as I told you, as compared to Zepbound, they are about 5 to 10% less effective. And they have not the studies or indicated so far showing that that molecule is effective in obstructive sleep apnea. But I am confident that as they do the studies, they will be positive, because the fundamental issue in sleep apnea is obesity. Whether you're taking only GLP-1 agonist or combination GIP and GLP-1 agonist, they both will work. But I presume, hypothetically, Zepbound or Tirzepatide will be a little more effective than other GLP-1s. Other medications which have been tried, they are very rarely effective. Let's talk about CPAP. You're delivering a pressure which keeps your airways open, and you have a good exchange of gases, and you don't drop. Oxygen do not go down, your carbon dioxide doesn't go up, and you feel relieved and you could have benefit. When you compare head-to-head CPAP machine versus you compare Zepbound. Zepbound is definitely more effective than CPAP. With CPAP, lower all your symptoms almost by 48 to 50%, and Zepbound is about 60 to 70%. And Zepbound decreases the complication by 60 to 70%. Tirzepatide or Zepbound is more effective than CPAP machine. I really do not see why going forward that will be the standard of care. We in the offices, since it got approved in December 2024, we go through a constant challenge where patients are being directly marketed to this medication, but the insurance will not cover it. But I've seen as we are getting more and more prescriptions are going in, and most of the insurance have started covering. They know their logic. They should cover and have people lose weight so that they have control of blood pressure, diabetes, and cholesterol, and all-cause mortality will go down. What are the things in addition to Zepbound you could do naturally to improve or cure sleep apnea? Number one, exercise. When you move, expectation is you will lose weight. Before Zepbound got approved, only hope was that you have a discipline and self-will to change your life, which I could tell you from my personal experience was not working. So exercise 30 minutes every day, at least 5 times a week, which is equivalent to 150 minutes per week. Number two, balanced diet, and you have to create calorie deficit. Basis of your nutrition needs to be plant-based, whole grains, legumes, fruits and vegetables, lean meat, and quality fats. Stop smoking. Actually, I had a very difficult conversation today with one of the patients who was big and smoker and had a very severe sleep apnea. When you smoke, it leads to inflammation in the upper airways, narrowing passages. And if you are big, the combination of inflammation, passage getting narrow, and obesity make your sleep apnea a lot more worse. Alcohol initially make you get excited because it releases all the inhibitors, but it is a sedative. After 2 hours, you will be in trouble. Limit alcohol intake. If you're a male, never more than 2, and if you're a female, never more than 1. You must sleep 7 to 8 hours every day, and we have discussed about appropriate sleep hygiene in many videos. If you change your lifestyle and add all these things, which we should be doing it anyway, and you combine with Zepbound, I expect there is about 20 to 30% weight loss. All-cause mortality will go down, and you will not suffer from heart attack, stroke, and you could expect that your life is full of energy. You are not tired all the time. You could take care of your job. You could take care of your family. We have bunch of videos on obstructive sleep apnea where I've gone through the pathophysiology, different medical and non-medical treatments, including surgical ones. I will link the videos in the description. Please watch them. My name is Dr. Kulmeet Kundlas. Our channel is Kundlas MD, and we have one aim: to simplify a complex healthcare topic so that you could understand it and you could act on it. Like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and please comment on our content. This keeps us motivated, and I will see you in one of our next videos. Thank you very much.